And it's Jump King for the rest of the night, my friends. Let's go. That's my problem with newer games. Make it work properly and make it fun, or get it off the market. I mean, I don't feel like this game is new to the Switch, so like I can't believe that I can't believe no one has found that I can't believe I'm the only I can't believe there are other people that aren't able to get through there and the level hasn't been addressed if it were going to be. I can't be the first person to have found that doesn't work on the Switch. My heart, I still believe it's user error. Even after all of that struggle. I'm more upset than you are, Frownie. At least Jump King can't be more frustrating than what we just left behind. There's a chance higher than 0. Maybe the developer hates Nintendo. Look at how we're doing. I've been playing for 16 and a half hours. 20,000 jumps. You know, less than 3,000 falls. That's not bad, you know. I'm only falling like what, 15% of the time? It's pretty good. I added him. Well, thank you, Stat Cat. Hopefully we get a patch and I can go back to it. So, I'm not very great at Jump King, as you probably noticed from my somewhat pitiful stats. Been working on it a while. I really enjoy this game. It is a rage game. But I think I don't have I might not have the skill to beat this game, but I have something at least approaching a good temperament for making tries at it. If perhaps you are not familiar with Jump King, it is basically exactly what it says on the box. It is all about jumping. And falling. Well, I do have ambitions of making it to the top. I'm keeping my heart guarded. in reference to what to expect when I get up there. I'm very much anticipating that this game will have a troll ending. You'd have to pay me to go back after that. And all of a sudden I get real expensive, Buddhafinger says. I mean, I'd want to try it again if it had, if I, you know, were confident that it had been bugged and is now fixed. But again, like, I would just, a big part of me would just be worried I'm just going to run into more impossible rooms at the same time, so it hurts. I blew it, Dynamite says. I fell asleep in my living room chair and woke up. My body will think I slept all night, and now I'm not falling asleep again. And I gotta be up in 5 hours. Oh no. I wish I had, like, I wish I had any reliable means of, like, getting back to sleep in certain situations, like, similar to that. Like, I wish I knew of any sort of, like, hack that worked for me. Because I had the big issue lately where you know, I sleep through a lot of the day since I'm up all night. But I have to get up in the middle of the day now to take care of the puppy, and then after I do that, I can't get back to sleep for forever. And I don't have enough sleep to continue my day, and so I'm just kind of a zombie for a lot of the afternoon and evening. Resting can be almost as good as sleep. I need a better... Oh! I'll finish that thought in a moment. Oops. Now I'm growing impatient elsewhere. I just say I need a better way of doing this. I have a better way of doing it. I forgot. You could just make a big leap there. Oh. I really need to learn to not so easily have my habits become so deeply ingrained. Did you beat the Aladdin challenge yet? I did. I got the Deathless 100% run. We got that last night. It wasn't as perfect as I wanted it to be. I'm not entirely satisfied with the run that I got, even though we did meet the all gems, one life thing. I didn't want to open up any of the treasure chests. I ended up opening 2 of them. One by accident and one on purpose. And so that's bugging me more than it should. But I did get that run completed. I am still pretty strongly tempted to try and repeat the run damageless. So I know opinions on Aladdin are very divided. Some people will be very not thrilled if I pick it back up for that challenge, and some people will be very thrilled, so I'm sorry if that's bad news, but I am leaning toward going for a damageless. For some reason, the mechanics of this game are reminding me of a mini-game in the Magic School Bus Rainforest game, where you had to make a monkey jump between leaves. Welcome in, Chompy. Always a pleasure to have you with us. I don't have the requisite knowledge for that comparison, unfortunately. But it wouldn't really surprise me if you know, something mechanically really similar to this had been done before. It's such a you know, just particularly on a smaller scale. I don't know. I doubt you would find something, you know, as, you know, approaching the grandness of this game with the same mechanics, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a few mini games that were kind of like this preceding it, because it's such a simple concept. I wouldn't expect them to be so primed for instigating negative emotion, though, as this particular one is. I don't know how widely played those games were. Reading back through the chat, I'm guessing we never got through the impossible room of Master Spy. I did not clear. The group opinion is currently that the game is bugged and that room is unclearable. I'd say it's a fact, StatCat says. StatCat did a much more thorough investigation than mine, and I would definitely defer to his wisdom. With my research budget of $10. Oh, my mistake, Stat Cat. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I only rode with traditional 16-bit, Disney 16-bit. Read Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck based games. Defiant Salem, welcome in. You look mad. You could mean either angry or insane, and you would be you'd be right either way. I got brutalized by our first game, and now I'm playing Jump King. Baron Metz, welcome in. Thank you for the stretch break. Sleepy. Thank you for the Water Tuesday. This game is like a modern Qbert. I haven't played a lot of Qbert, but I don't think it's ever broken my heart quite like this. It's less Jump King and more I can't believe I survived that Fall King. Good night. Gonna try and get some sleep. Not, but I'm not tired thing. Hopefully, hopefully sleep will come to you regardless, Dynamite. GG again on the Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I look forward to updates on more victories in the near future. Good luck with your progress there and with whatever it is you're going to be up again in a few hours for. Imagine this game having fall damage on top of everything. I mean, I don't even know what that would look like. There's no lives to be lost from taking enough damage, right? And even if there was a live system, what's it gonna do? Send you back to the start? Almost every fall feels like that anyway. A game over screen and no continues. Well, they wouldn't want to do that. They don't want to. They don't want you to game over because the game keeps a running track of all of your current jumps and falls, right? So if a game over, that count would reset, and it would be far less humiliating. So they wouldn't want to allow. They wouldn't want to allow for that. A way to a mechanism to hide all of your past errors. There is no escape. Oh goodness. I don't remember what the purpose of that secret area was, if there even ever was a purpose. Oh, this jump right here is just so brutal. What's the name of that place in Dark Souls? The Ewok village? I can't think of the name of it. Blight Town. That's the place. That's the place. I don't know. That place up there. I don't know why. It's something about it. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. Bargainburg. I think I was confusing Blighttown with Undeadburg. The names. I think that's a name of a place in Dark Souls. It's not about how much progress you learn. It's not about how much progress you lose. It's about how quickly you can get the progress back every time it's eaten away. It's about learning to get it back. Oh hey, I recognize this place. I think when you're done with Jump King, you have the ability to, like, I could probably redraw the entire map of the game pixel for pixel from memory. You know what would be grand? If you got to the top, had whatever twist is up there, and then had to fall all the way back down to the bottom again. That would be fun. A purposely fall all the way to the bottom sort of victory lap. I could go for that. Hey, Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Welcome to Jump King. We been playing this for about a half an hour, so we're still kind of getting warmed up. Hopefully you had a good stream, my friend. You're playing Cathedral? Finally beat the Necromancer in Cathedral. Took the whole stream, but I'll go somewhere else in the game next week. GG. Hats off to you, my friend, on a well-earned victory. I can recommend now, if you decide that you're going to play Master Spy, do not play the Switch version. It seems there's a bug that makes the game somewhat impossible. I struggled with a puzzle in that game for an hour, for an hour and change, and I couldn't get through. it turns out that it works differently from other versions of the game. So the Switch port seems to be uniquely broken. What is Master Spy? It's a puzzle. It's a 2D puzzle platformer. It's kind of based around a stealth mechanic. And it was really cool until it really wasn't. But that's how we started the night. Welcome back, cows. I've fallen asleep at my desk. You haven't missed a whole lot, cows. I don't know when you dozed off, but either way, you haven't missed a whole lot. I wonder what's the farthest one can fall in this game in one go. That's a good question. I mean, it can be, if you still count like if you count just like directly just falling straight down, there's usually an obstacle every couple screens to catch you. But like when you're falling at an angle and you're able to bounce off stuff or slide on slopes, like there's a lot of stuff like that that just compounds it, I think. It's like they do a somewhat good job of like having things staggered every few layers, so there's the illusion of a safety net. Oh, yuck. Oh, double yuck. Oh no, not the double yuck. No shade to Jump King or to you, Cow says, but this looks exactly like where you were when I fell asleep. Uh... So I do spend an awful lot of time retreading the same ground. But since we picked this back up, when did we pick this back up? Just last week? Or has it been longer? I don't remember if it's been longer than that or not. But since I started playing it again, I have reached a new PB every night, I think. At some point during every night, I have seen a new screen at least. But it tends to only be a brief glimpse. Before it's right back down to my old familiar haunts. No. Ah, they're just. some of these jumps where you just punished with several screens worth of repetition. It's hard to get a feel for what I'm doing wrong because I don't get to try it again close enough. I've been debating so hard if I should get a Kindle Scribe. It's killing me because theirs are insanely expensive. I don't actually know that I know the features of the Kindle Scribe. I had a, I assume that it allows you to like write like a notebook. I've seen tablets that are kind of like that. That's what the the Scribe would imply to me. I mean, I guess it's just an issue of how practical you think it would be to use, right? Because if you even if it's kind of expensive, if it's something you're going to use every day. It's like $300 for 32 gigabytes. The screen is huge. That was the thing about... So I had a Kindle... I mean, I still have it, but it doesn't work anymore. I have the one with the keyboard at the bottom. It's like the Kindle 3 or something. And I really liked it. I didn't use it... I used it off and on. I would go through periods where I would use it, basically every day for like a couple months. And then I wouldn't touch it for like a year. So, like, there was a lot of back and forth to it for me. But when I was using it, I did really enjoy it. And my problem with it now is the last time I tried to fire it up, the battery was dead. And like the battery won't charge. It won't hold a charge at all. It's, I don't know, corrupted. I don't know what the right term is for it. It's just completely dead. So I have to get a replacement battery, I guess, if I want it to work again. And I think I might be able to do that. They're not exactly made to be opened up and tinkered with, but I think it would be easier than a newer model would be to work on. Well, I assume they've only gotten more and more repair-proof over time. That was pretty much my only complaint about the Kindle that I had, was that the screen was pretty small. The keyboard was a useless feature too. I never used that keyboard on it for anything. So paying extra for that was a huge mistake. Not that I remember at this time like how much extra I paid or what, but I know it was more expensive. I think the touchscreen, I think the first version of the Kindle with the touchscreen was an option at the time too. I think that when I got the keyboard one, they were already being phased out, but I was mistrustful of touchscreens. Unless you really need a huge screen and plan on using it, its notebook and writing features, it's more affordable. A more affordable Fire tablet or Kindle Paperwhite. It's better for the monetary investment. I'm also a frugal person who's using a 10-year-old RCA tablet for their Kindle needs, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I have something of a habit of being that kind of guy. What do I need a phone with a camera built into it for? I still have a perfectly good Polaroid. My tablet starts turning on, I'll invest in something better. Until then, I'm content keeping outdated tech, since I use it to read anyway. No. I'm really good at this one particular loop. No. The agony of anti-progress compounding. See previous statement. The thrill of victory and the agony of splat. Sorry, I know I'm falling awfully quiet playing this game. It's just something this game naturally lends itself to like it puts you in like a trance-like state sometimes. it just forces like introspection. What are all the moments in my life that have led to this point? How many of the good times would I have to sacrifice to put myself onto a timeline where I didn't fall so many times? Oh, that was a pro jump. Let's go. From one narrow post to another. To get an idea, if you need an idea of how far, I've fallen, we're still not at my, we still haven't gotten to my PB. all of this stuff we're seeing here, I know it's new tonight, and none of it's new to me yet. All of this stuff is old. All this stuff is just old routine. That's that may be some pretty distressing information. But I'm afraid it is the case. It needs a bazillion units of concentration, Cal says, so I can't fault. Oh my. I thought that was a sentiment of commiseration. It was a Trojan horse hiding another pun. Oh my goodness, this jump here. I know it would ruin the game, but surely there's a ROM hack out there that like adds like a bar, like a jump charging bar to the game, so that you can time your jumps by something other than just the feel. I wonder if it was play tested with something like that, and then they took it out, like when they were developing it. I don't know. On the other hand, like, your jump charges so quickly, the window would be so narrow. Even if there was a bar that displayed your charge capacity, I actually I think about it, it would probably fill so quickly that it'd be kind of next to useless anyway. I mean, I guess more information is always better. But on the save file, it displays the number of jumps that you've made and the number of falls that you've had. And I recall being a little cheerful about that statistic at the start of this game tonight, and it didn't occur to me to consider how bogus that statistic is, because every fall eats away the progress of so many jumps. We assume it only counts as a fall if you gone out of the screen and splatted. Maybe. That might be right. I couldn't say. Hey, Congo, welcome in. This looks insanely frustrating. It's a rage game, alright. That's 100% what they're going for. I couldn't play this game, Cal says. I'd murder something. Where's that Smurf jump when you need it? There's something we haven't done in a while. We haven't had an Atari night on the stream in a long while. That's overdue. I need to get some Atari games. I actually ordered an Atari game a while back. I'm not going to share what it is because I want it to be a surprise when I play it on the stream. But it's a homebrew game, and so it's got to be. It's got to be custom built, and it's taken a while. hope it's as good as I'm counting on it being, is all I'm saying, because I've been waiting for it for a few weeks already, and it still looks like it's gonna be several more. I hope it's a horse game. Oh, do I have any Atari horse games? Someone get this guy a wing cap. So, alright, so if you're in a situation like this, like here, and I want to see what's above in the next screen, I can just do a straight, just a vertical jump, and so far it's always been safe. If you just jump straight up, you'll land back where you were, so you can get a look ahead. There's no way to like move the camera to peek ahead, but with a jump you can peek ahead real safely. I've never had a situation where that hurt me. And just based on everything, based on what I've seen of the game so far, I don't imagine they would put one in where it does. Maybe in the DLC. I've heard the DLC is brutal. The DLC is supposed to make this game seem fun and reasonable. Mr. Ed for Atari 2600. I've got so many good candidates for little jank marathons like that now. Like now my big trouble is every time we get to a point where I feel like I'm gonna do something like that, the trouble is just deciding which of my like sets of trash to unleash upon the stream. I've done a pretty good job putting little collections together. That sounds terrible on principle. Steeplechase for the 2600 is a horse game? I think I have that one. That one doesn't sound familiar. I would expect there would be at least some kind of horse racing game on the Atari. There's probably like something like, there's probably a game called something like Jockey. That would be like a horse racing game on the Atari. Like, doesn't that sound like a thing? Kentucky Derby for the Atari 2600. Stampede? When I think of a stampede, I think of gazelles. I think of the Lion King. That's my default like mental image for a stampede is the Lion King. There's Space Jockey. That's right. I think I actually have that one. I could see a Mr. Ed game on the Atari 2600. You play as a horse and you walk around the screen collecting jars of peanut butter. I could envision that. I disagree with that fall. The terrible thing about this is, like... So, like, we're in the middle of a quest right now in the game. The storyline that we're on, that guy down there with the music box is a salesman. That's why this is called Bargainburg. And he's offered to sell us a pair of magic boots. But we don't have any money. So we're chasing a bird that has a gold coin in its mouth so we can get the money to buy the boots. And, like, the bird, every time we get to the bird, it flies away up somewhere higher. And, like, I've reached the bird, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, I think. Well, every screen. I think the bird's been on every screen. And we've gone up a lot of screens. Almost every screen. I think it skipped 1 or 2. But, like, the thing is, this is the first quest of the game. Like, this is the first part of the game that's had a situation like this. And, like, I would expect, naturally, if there's one quest like this in the game, then there are undoubtedly others. And this first one is taking so long that implies that this game is gargantuan. Those implications are a little terrifying. There is a checkpoint area, though. There is an area that if we reach it, we won't fall any further down. I know that because I've been to that area, and I had to leave it because I didn't have the boots yet. But once we get the boots and we go into that area, we should never have to backtrack to this one again. So we will have a point of permanent progress someday. So those do exist in the game. They're very rare, and you have to do a whole bunch of stuff before you can get to one, it would seem. to get the horse to talk in the Mr. Ed Atari game, you have to feed him peanut butter through the slot. Parentheses, don't do this. Anything can be an Atari 2600 game. We're gonna play C64 games on Friday. I don't know what the list is gonna be. I might not really know ahead of time. Even when I do know ahead of time. The games I find don't always work. But two of them that I'm going to try and look for are Time Tunnel and Chips Challenge. I feel a secondary desk nap coming on, so I'm going to head off to real bed, Cal says. Abby jumping, thank you, Cass. Always appreciate having you here, of course. I hope that you sleep well. Tomorrow night, we're going to play a new game tomorrow night. We're going to play Batman and Robin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Sega Genesis. I've never played that one yet. I've heard lots of good things about it, though. I hope it goes well. But that's the plan for tomorrow. And probably more Jump King afterwards. You're doing Time Tunnel. Well, I again, when it comes to C64 games, when I say what I'm going to try to do, don't take it as a promise, because a lot of times games that I try to get to work on the C64 Mini, I can't figure out how to get them working. So you always need to take that with a grain of salt. I don't want anyone to be terribly disappointed. But that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get it to work. Yeah. And I don't know if it's related to the arcade game or not. Yeah, Claire mentioned it. I was advised not to play it, but that's the kind of warning that would usually get me to play a game. So we're gonna give it a look. I don't know anything in it. I don't know anything about it, and don't intend to until I fire it up. So I won't be able to tell you any details, unfortunately. No one will be terribly disappointed if that game fails to work, we promise. The SNES Batman and Robin game is a core memory game, StatCat says. Sadly, I don't have that one. I only have the Genesis one. The SNES game, I believe, is quite expensive, right? So I would like to play it someday, but because it'd be fun to play them up against one another. But sadly, yeah, I'm priced out of that one for now. They're similar. It's fun. It's fun to sort of check out SNES versus Genesis versions when there's the same or similar game. We haven't done that a lot on the stream, but a few times, like Smash TV and Hook. We've looked at both versions, and there are others I plan to, but haven't been able to yet. Oh, I guess the Taz games, we looked at both versions. And Aladdin. No! We're okay. We look forward to you experiencing time tunnel with the same bewilderment as the last person. It's not Batman Forever, so it really can't be that bad. I rented Batman Forever when I was a kid. I don't think I made it past the first stage. I haven't seen this point before. Tuesday says so. This we're not at a PB for me yet. It's I have been up here and further up before. It's just been a very long time now. No. Oh, that's real bad. One of those Batman Forever games might be one of the most disgusting looking games ever created. They've got like digitized like live action style graphics. They don't look great. The Super NES one is the one that I remember renting. Like 2 screens from the PB. Yeah, I think I've probably been within about 2 screens of it. I don't remember exactly. I think I'll know it when I see it, and I haven't seen it yet just yet. Couldn't be worse than Echo, could it? Batman Forever is truly a masterclass in just bad. Not even enjoyable bad, just bad. I've seen the angry video game nerd video for Batman. I think it's Batman and Batman Forever. Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. Was there a video game based on the Batman and Robin live action movie? It's probably Batman Forever. I think it's Batman Forever. But there's a part in that video where he complains about the controls, and I don't know. I feel like that I haven't seen all of his videos, but that's like the most like legitimately angry I feel like I've ever heard him. Is when he's talking about the controls in that Batman game. Like it doesn't sound like acting to me. The little rant he gives about one of the moves in the game being assigned to the R button. I feel like it's like almost uncomfortable to listen to him because he sounds so legitimately angry. I played Batman Forever at the same time as Batman and Robin. From the screen with the flag, I made it up maybe 2 more screens last time. I still say Echo gets a pass purely on its aesthetics. Do you mean, in your estimation, you consider it a good game, like it get because of its aesthetics, or are you saying other people forgive Echo's bad quality because of its aesthetics? Or I guess perhaps both. I don't know if you're making an observation about like the general reception of Echo, or if you are giving it the Conga personal stamp of approval. It gets my stamp of approval. I will try to time myself out again. Okay, I've definitely been onto this screen. I don't think I've passed this screen. I don't know that I understand what's going on with that block up there. Maybe I have. Maybe I have been up to the next screen, actually. Let me take that back. Yeah, I've been up here, because I remember this guy on the right. It was traumatizing, okay? All I can say. Mm. Yeah, I thought this guy was gonna push us off. I did. I did not trust him. No. No. So that was it. Now you've seen my PB. That's what we're gonna try and gonna try and push beyond. PB is not my personal best. My best is yet to come. That would have been more convincing if I didn't say it while I was falling. Oh no. No. Oh. Well, there goes a few hours of the night. I did stop to take a breath and recenter myself there, but it didn't help. It wasn't long enough, I guess. On reflection, I don't think I'd want to play this game. I think that's how a lot of people feel about it. It's a really cool game, but unless you have the patience of a stone or are addicted to rage, I can see it being very hard to justify spending your time with it. I don't for a moment doubt that someone cleverer than I could have a much easier time with it, though. There are a lot of these jumps that I really think, like, there are probably, like, really good and reliable ways for standardizing your approach to them, where you wouldn't risk a chance of falling nearly as much. Because there are a lot of instances where, like, I've had areas where I go through it a ton of times, and then only on, like, the 400th pass through, I realized that there's a completely different, super easy, perfectly reliable jump I could be making every time that would have saved me, like, 80% of my falling. Undershoot, undershoot, overshoot, undershoot, undershoot, overshoot. Oh, gross. No, do you see what this is like? Oh, no, this is horrific. Get me out of here. Oh, no. If that's what we think it is. Oh, I have to do 3 of those flagpole jumps back to back over slopes. Welcome to the final boss. Oh, I had never looked that far ahead. That is icky. knew that I knew I charged too much there. We're starting to get the impression this game isn't very nice. Yeah, that's the that's a scary looking series of 3 jumps there. I'm I'm a little beside myself with horror. Please stop falling. Jump Knight, please. Jump Knight, Jump King. I've demoted you, sir. At this point, he's Jump Squire at best. Yep. Jump Surf. My hands are sweating with fear. The Jump Proletariat? I keep messing up that same jump. We found a pun too obscure. I know the term, like, I know the term proletariat, but I don't have, like, I'm not really strong in the philosophy there. No. A working class. I feel like gravity is weaker up here. I feel like these jumps up here at the top. Look at how far I fell. I feel like they're working less predictably. A lighter charge is getting me a further distance than I'm expecting. I was fighting the Necromancer. I kept feeling like the game didn't like me very much. I guess it decided to take pity on me and let me finally beat the boss. It does seem like they do that sometimes, right? Every game secretly has an AI living inside it that's like, at some point, it's like, alright, they've had enough. I wish I could bargain with this game. We're in Bargainburg. Let's make a deal. This game has no AI. It doesn't need one to ruin your day. felt like I messed up that one jump there. And I did, but I didn't mess it up in the way I thought I did. Please just be a big jump. It was just a big jump. New PB. It's windy. Oh no, it's windy. We've never had a wind effect. Oh my goodness. Why? Why a wind effect over a new area? A wind effect over a new area where you could fall down so far and have to redo the jumps. There's never been wind in the game before. Wind is new. And I'm not excited about it. Thank goodness the game keeps giving you new and innovative ways to mess up. Doesn't it ever? The game designers saw Ninja Gaiden 2 and were like, we should add that to Jump King. Just like the Lost levels. The worst Mario game. Do I remember right, Chompy? Are you, not to put you on the spot, you're one that, you enjoy the Lost levels, if I'm correct, right? I hated the wind levels in Ninja Gaiden 2. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 2, I don't know. Ninja Gaiden 2 isn't bad, but I'm not crazy about the philosophy of just like, it's the first game, but with stage hazards. I don't know. Like, I don't know, because I want something new for the second game. Not a mega fan or anything. I got into it for a while and got decent at the first 4 worlds or so. Yeah, I wasn't like, I wouldn't intend to like call you to trial for it or anything. I just, thought I remembered it coming up before, and you saying something about not thinking it was so terrible, like I do. I don't really think it's terrible, but I don't really enjoy it. I do kind of wonder. I will say this about the Lost Levels. I do kind of wonder if I played the Famicom version, like if I put that on a flash cart and played it on the NES. I wonder if I would like it more, because I've only played the All-Stars version, and the physics is weird for Mario All-Stars for Mario Brothers 1. So I wonder if I played it with the original physics, if I would probably enjoy it more, and maybe not. Yeah, I'd probably be more positive about it, I suspect. I've played the All Stars version. I've also played the Game Boy Color version, which I mean, that's indefensible. Controversial take. I kind of hate All Stars. I like the idea of All Stars. It's just it's not always perfectly executed. I think Brothers 2 and 3 come out pretty good in the All Stars versions. I prefer the NES versions, and this is someone I never had Mario Brothers 2 on the NES. My only version of that was the All Stars version, but I prefer the NES version. I did have Mario Brothers 3, and so like nostalgia could be the reason that I like that one better. But I mean, I had them both as a kid. I really don't like what they did aesthetically to those games. I like some of it, but it's a mixed bag. But and especially because in retrospect, 2 and 3 on the NES have held up great. Well, yeah, they look way better in 8 bits. I completely agree with that. I don't think that there's much of anything. I would say the All Stars aesthetic improves for my taste. But some of it looks pretty good as an interesting alternative. I'm leaking cerebral fluid out of my left nostril, and it's keeping me up, StatCat says. I hope that's not nearly as serious as that sounds. I would expect that you wouldn't be hanging around the chat if that were the case, but That sounds to someone untrained as myself like something quite serious. That's what... That's what 2 hours of Jump King will do to a person. It's just a runny nose and congestion. I mean, if I was able to play as much Echo the Dolphin as I did, and I didn't begin bleeding from the eyes and ears... I don't think Jump King will ruin me. That is just, of course, the opinion of my potentially seriously damaged brain. It was a Calvin and Hobbes reference. I missed that. That sounds right, though. Boy, I love Calvin and Hobbes. I haven't been through all the comics in a very long time. I'll pick up an anthology every now and then and read a few dozen, but boy, it'd be nice to sit down and go through the whole set. No. Referencing 1984, StatCat's referencing Calvin and Hobbes. It's a highbrow night in the Frownie chat. I'm barely cultured enough to participate in any of it. If you really were leaking cerebral fluid, you'd definitely have some trauma going on. I can't believe there's wind up there. I'm not really amazed that the game would subject me to wind. Like, it seems like a natural evolution of the torture. But I figured the wind would come in like a new isolated area. Kind of like that snowy area that I was referencing before. That's like a checkpoint type area. Like, I would have figured there would be, like, we enter into a new area like that, and then that whole zone is just all about wind. Not that it's like, alright, well, you made too much progress, so have some wind, dummy. We can perfectly believe there's wind up there, Claire says. Huh? Ah. Oh. This game hurts. This game hurts. Oh, how does anyone endure? What do we think? What is the... What is the total number of people that have ever beaten Jump King? 30. I'm sure it's in the I'm sure it's in the hundreds of thousands. It's gotta be a lot, yeah. It doesn't. Ultimate insult to injury, the bonk on the head. Ooh, here's the thing I'm curious about. Here's a good question. Is the Jump King playthrough going to take more or less time than the Dark Souls playthrough? Dark Souls took 200 hours. So is this gonna take more than 200 hours? I honestly can't tell. There's a speedrun of this game that's under 5 minutes. I don't want to hear that. It's probably people who are somehow just really good at this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, undoubtedly. There's a whole, a whole world of people who are just, this game just really clicks and they're super skilled at it. The penalty for missing that one jump is too steep. I guess we need to know what the world record for Dark Souls is too, though, right? There's 5-minute speedruns of plenty of games that would take us 200 hours to finish. Has anyone finished Dark Souls in 5 minutes? Well, at least I moved the bird. I didn't catch the bird, but I moved the bird, so that's something. I mean, I didn't really expect I was going to catch the bird there anyway. So, moving it really is a big deal. 21 minutes. Alright, so... So we're looking at maybe 50 hours for my Jump King playthrough then. I can endure 30 more hours of this. If that holds up, if I really do finish Jump King by like the 50-hour mark, I'm gonna start using that like conversion for all my estimates. GG for moving the bird. It's some progress. It's some progress. I mean, that's all I could do. Like, catching the bird is not an option. I don't think. Dark Souls playthrough is long because you didn't know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing here, and it hasn't helped at all. I wish that weren't true. There's a falling speed run too. Alright, now I'm competitive. And Jump King's one of those games that if there are shortcuts, they're worse than the main path, so there's no point. You know, when we were working on Hollow Knight, I found an area of the game that was called the Path of Pain. And I think that's what it was called. It was something like that, if that wasn't the exact title. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds exciting. We'll do that another night. You know, the Path of Pain sounds like a good time. And I was serious. I mean, you know, but then I could never find that area again. I never completed that part because I couldn't find where it was again. It was somewhere in the like white portal above the bridge underground. Like I remember like the general area. So if we ever go back to Hollow Knight, that's one thing I need to remember to track down and complete. Because it's a piece of the game I never finished. There's a couple pieces of that game I never finished. And it's hard to feel... It's hard to feel enough motivation to 100% Hollow Knight. Because as much as I enjoyed the game, a lot of that, like, boss rush stuff at the end, it's just... Oh, I don't know. It has a very sort of like filler content feeling about it. I don't mean that quite as harsh as it probably sounds, like, because it is nice that they give you tons of stuff to do, but it's very overwhelming. Keep hearing Silk Song will come out any day now. I stopped paying attention to those lying rumors. Yeah, it'll come out, you know, it'll come out when it's done. Because I still have stuff I could go back and do in Hollow Knight, I can't really be too eager for it. What's that? Is that a bat? No! Someone tell that guy down there no back seating. Well, the bat is not something we're supposed to jump into. It is background decoration. I don't use a lot of like pro tricks and shortcuts and stuff like that in a lot of games I play. Usually because I don't know them. A lot of times I just don't know that like tricks and shortcuts and stuff like that exist. But even when I do, I oftentimes shy away from using things like that. But there's one in Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. You can exit out of this like mansion full of tough enemies on stage 2. You can exit out of it a little bit quickly if you time a jump right and jump into a bird enemy. And it'll damage boost you over a wall, and you make an escape. And that is a trick like that one I know about, but also I do tend to use it. And I don't like... A lot of times tricks like that feel kind of like cheating to me. But that one doesn't really seem so much like cheating, because to do it, you have to lose your armor, which is like your only spare hit in the game. And so, since the price you have to pay to pull the trick off is so steep, it feels more justifiable to me than one that would cost me nothing. No. Everything's okay. Oh. Someone please save me. Only the smoking hot babe can save you now. No. We're okay. I don't like the look of this area. Oops. Alright, there are a lot more bats up there. Where is she? At the top. If such a place even exists. Oh my. The real babe was the friends we made along the way. So far, I don't really want to be friends with any of the people we've met along the way in this journey. All the characters of this game are kind of weird. And I think we might be best if we just keep our distance from them. Her friends, the bird and the salesman. I climbed to the top of the mountain and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. pretty happy with our progress, though. Like, we did find a new area, right? We discovered wind. No, I overshot. All right, my friends, I think we're going to call it a night. It's been rough. It's been fun, but it's been rough. Master Spy really let me down, unfortunately. That game kind of kicked me in the teeth. And Jump Knight's good. Jump Knight. I keep calling it Jump Knight. Jump King is good. We saw new stuff. We moved the screen up a few more. I learned about a new mechanic that is dreadful. So it's been quite an adventure. Fairly Gay, thank you for the follow. Pleasure to have you come on board with us. Thanks, Frownie. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, thank you. Should be back every night this week around midnight Central Time. If I can show up any earlier, I will. I've been showing up around midnight, though, pretty consistently. As much as I want and I'm trying to arrive early for the streams, I just can't make it happen. I can't get my schedule figured out. But I'm going to keep trying. So if I show up early some night, don't say I didn't warn you. But if you look for me early, don't say I didn't tell you you were going to be disappointed. Around midnight Central Time. Tomorrow night, Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Genesis, first playthrough. Gonna go into it completely blind, see how it treats us. If we finish that, we might also play Jump King tomorrow after Batman. I don't know how that game's gonna go. I don't know how hard it is. I don't know how many levels there are or anything like that. So it might take me all night, or we might finish it real quick, or anywhere in between. But if there's time, if there's a little bit of time at the end of the stream, then we'll probably play more Jump King. Tears of the Kingdom all night on Thursday, and a Commodore 64 variety night on Friday. That's what's coming up. I will see. Let me take a look, see who's live, what they're doing, and we will raid somebody. If you want to hang around to head out together with us. Definitely want to be able to find my way back. The vibes are what I need to relax tonight. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. That's what I want the stream to be. I want it to be just chill and I want it to be relaxing, right? Just a calm environment, good background noise. Place to give me a few people to chat with while I just destroy my mind with games that are just really hard. Good night, everyone. Good night, Claire. Good night, Angelus. Good night, Chompy. Good night, Fairly. Good night, Tommy. Had a lot of other people here. I don't know what percentage of people are still lurking. Good night, everybody. Thank you, as always, of course, for being here. I really appreciate your company. Very grateful to have you with me. I hope you're well until we see one another again, and I hope that time comes very soon. I see someone I'd like to raid, but they're playing a game that's on my to-do list. I don't want to be spoiled, so we will go a different direction. I mean, I've got a few really good choices, so. You know what? I'm gonna head this direction anyway, and I might just kind of not pay a whole lot of attention to the game. I'm gonna send us in the direction of Bernie, California. This is a streamer I don't know especially well. We've dropped in on the stream, I think twice. Made a pretty good impression though. Playing NES games on original hardware. Looks like Blaster Master tonight, which is a game I want to play. So I got to be careful not to get too spoiled on it. Um, but this is a stream that's I think it's fairly new in comparison. He's still sort of I think he just reached affiliate not terribly long ago, and is still sort of growing his community. So I definitely appreciate having people come in and check out what it is he does. So yeah, I would encourage you to come along and take a look. But that's it for me tonight, my friends. Hopefully, I'll get to see you again real soon. But we're all out of stuff to do here. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.